So let's get started. So here are a few questions onto the screen. Okay. Now, question number 1, which of the following is not an element of security? Okay. We are going for the first question as of now. Which of the following is not an element of security? It's asking not an element. Okay. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These are what? These are your elements. It's asking not an element. Fraternity. There are no such kind of a word in your cybersecurity elements. So the correct option will be A. Okay. Now, question number 2, which of the following protocol works well with streaming video and audio? Which of the following protocol works well with streaming video and audio? So FTP is a file transfer protocol. So it won't be used to stream video and audio. HTTP is for particularly for websites on working on port number 80. UDP is used to stream video and audio. Okay, TCPs, don't use it. TCP is in fast connection and acknowledgement has been received, but we won't use it for video and audio. A slow connection, TCP is slow connection, UDP is in fast connection. Okay. Here is your next question. An organization allows employees to work from outside network to access the data for a specific purpose. Which technology should be implemented to ensure data confidentiality as data is transmitted? Understand the question. Okay. So there is an organization who is allowing employees to work from outside the network. Okay. So they are allowed to work from home. But what technology that organization will be adapting to secure the data? It's an VPN. Okay, they will be using an VPN to tunnel inside the internal network. For an organization, external network or the internet will be an unsecured one. An internal network will be an secured one. So they always want anyone who connects in our internal network, that connection should be unsecured. Okay, for that VPN will be used. Now, next question. Attacker use image file to hide some information for malicious purpose. What type of a technique did the attacker perform? To hide the data behind any particular image, what type of an attack it is? It's in steganography. So we have seen the practical side as well, how to hide a message, how to hide a data behind any particular file. Okay. Now, next question, which of the following type of firewall inspect specific traffic such as HTTP GET or POST request? Specifically talking about HTTP GET and POST. So HTTP GET POST, it's a web application. Where it has been used? It's been used into in web. Okay, so it's an application layer firewall. Hashing is generated a value or values from a string of text using a mathematical function. Which of the following is assured by the use of an hash? Where the hash has been used? In confidentiality, what we use? We use encryptions. Okay, to maintain a confidentiality, we use encryptions, converting data into an unreadable format. Integrity, what do we use? Hashes have been used. Okay, confidentially itself is not maintaining the security posture, so we started using the integrity as well, convert the data into an hash format. Okay, if the hash changes, that means there is some change into the data. Okay, so it's an integrity. So here is your next question. CVSS is a published standard that provide an open framework for communicating the characteristic and impact of IT vulnerability. Okay. CVSS assessment consists of three matrices for measuring the vulnerability. Which of the following is the best definition of base matrix? Okay. So out of this option, what do you think? Which is the best suitable definition for the CVSS? Represents the type of vulnerability? No, it's don't only represent the type of an vulnerability. Okay, it gives us more information about it. Represent the feature that keeps on changing. Never. Once it has been updated, it will be stayed because that is the working of that vulnerability, isn't it? That never changes. Represent a vulnerability that are based on particular environment or implementation. Only particular things. Never. CVSS includes each and everything, not for a particular environment. Represent the inherent quality of a vulnerability. Yes. What CVS has been giving? Score, it has been giving us a score. Okay. Quality. Depending on to the quality score has been given. If it is in critical, the score will be higher. Between 8.0 to 9.0, 8.1 to 9.0. Okay. So the correct option will be A. Okay. Now here is your next question. Which type of hacker perform an attack on the system by using tool and knowledge found on the internet? Okay. White hat hacker, are you ethical hackers? Grey hat hackers, are you opportunist? Okay, who can be white hat hacker as well and who can be black hat hacker as well. They can be good person, they can be a bad person. Black hat hackers, the hackers, those who have malicious intentions. Script kiddies, those who don't have complete information, complete knowledge of an attack. What they do, they generally pick up the code and paste the code and run the attack. And what question is being asked? What type of an hacker perform an attack onto the system by using tool and knowledge found on the internet? Yes, they are the newbies. Script kiddies will be your answer. Okay. Which of the following OSI layer is the packet filtering firewall work on? Okay. Now, when we talk about packet filtering firewall, it works on data link, network, and transport layer. Application level firewall works onto your application presentation session layer. Physical data link layer, a standalone device will be installed over here. And when we talk about packet filtering, it works onto your data link, network, and transport layer. That will be your option D. Okay. Now, here is your next question. Dash is the art of exploiting the human element to gain access to unauthorized resources. Okay. Now, organization by itself, they are not going to perform some attack or any attack. Okay. Hacking is a technique. Reverse engineering is used to gain an access of the system. Okay. Social engineering, what we do, we manipulate the employee or the user. Okay. Now the attacker, he will be using his technique to manipulate the user. Okay. By sending an email or by contacting him, it is known as your wishing, or by sending an SMS. Okay. Or by selecting an individual person from an organization, then manipulating him, collecting more and more information, performing an attack. So it's a social engineering attack where human interaction is been included. Okay. Now, next question. The encrypted information is known as the dash. Okay. Now, where the encryption has been done? On confidentiality. To maintain it, we use encryption. In encryption, what it has been used? First, your plain text. Plain text has been converted into what? What format? Unreadable format. And what that format is known as? The ciphertext. Have a look over here. The unreadable format is what? It's in ciphertext. And what we use to convert that ciphertext into a plain text? Algorithm and a key. Okay. The encrypted format is as your ciphertext. So the correct option is A. Now, here is your next question. The attack involves eavesdropping on a network and capture sensitive information. What type of an attack it is? Okay. Now, understand the question. What question has been asked? The attacker involves eavesdropping on network and capture sensitive information. Someone has been listening into the network. SQL injection is done over a database. Okay, it's a web application attack. Denial of service attack done onto the servers to bring down the particular network of the server, to bring down that particular network. Okay, sniffing attack It's the form of an attack done onto the network to capture sensitive information. Now, particularly asking for an eavesdropping. Okay. In sniffing attack, we have man in the middle attack. Someone has been sitting into the network. Whatever detail has been transferred, that has been captured. Okay. Under the sniffing, it particularly asking for eavesdropping. So under sniffing attack, we have many categories. Man in the middle attack, eavesdropping. Then we have wiretapping. Now, next question. Which of the following is included in testing of an white box test? White box testing is also known as, in white box testing, pen tester will be having what kind of a knowledge? Okay. So it's asking for an white box testing. White box testing means there are three types of pen testing: white box, gray box, and black box. In black box, the pen tester will be having no knowledge. Okay. In gray box, the pen tester will be having some knowledge. A bit information will be given by the organization. Then there is a white box testing. Complete information will be provided. Okay. Where the pen testing is to be done? What are the IP address? That IP address belong to the system, to the devices, or to a network, or to a web application. Okay. Complete information will be provided. So your option will be B. Complete knowledge. Okay. Which of the following is the pathway that threat agent takes to exploit vulnerability? Okay. So it's asking for the threat agent takes the exploit vulnerability. Okay. A threat agent by itself cannot do that, so it will be a threat vector. Agent is taking an advantage over here. He is exploiting the already presented vulnerability. Okay. Now, here is your next question. From the below mentioned option, which is responsible for managing the digital certificate? Now, who are liable to manage the digital certificate? Certificate authority. They are providing it and they are managing it, isn't it? So the correct option will be B, certificate authority. Okay. Now, here is your next question. What could a company do to protect itself from a loss of data when phone is been stolen? Okay. When the phone is been stolen, what company will do to prevent from a loss of a data? Choose all to apply. Okay. If you think so that all these particular options have been applicable, go with all. If you think so, A, B, C are applicable, go with A, B, and C. If you think A and D is applicable, go with A and D. Okay. So it can be multiple, it can be single. So onto the basis of your knowledge, you can go with that particular option. what the organization will be doing? First of all, a good password to be set on onto the device. So policy will be redirected. Policy will be directed to each and every employee. If you are using any devices, go with a good password. So by any chance the phone has been stolen, it will take time for the person to get inside it. Okay. Patching. When the patching has been done, post attack. Okay. So after attack, the patching has been done. So we are not going with this answer. Encryption. It should be encrypted. Your device should be encrypted. Okay. And not only that, organization is going to install an application as well. By any chance, phone has been stolen or phone has been lost. So remotely they can access it and delete all the data. Okay. So we can go with three options over here: A, C, and D. Now, next question. What option would you use to install software that is not from a Google Play Store? Okay. So what question has been asking? What option would you use to install a software that is not from a Play Store service? If the software is not available on a Play Store service, we are not going to install it from an other sources, isn't it? So might be a possibility that application will be having a malware, or that website will be having a malware. Okay, so we are never going to install from unknown source, and this policy will be regulated in organization as well. Okay, we are not going to visit any website, then why we are going to look for the certificate? Why we are going to look for the location? Why we are going to look for the services? Okay, so this will be a secondary.